Welcome to Historically Black Sense News, where we honor the legacy, highlight the culture, and celebrate the excellence of HBCUs, one story at a time. I am Heaven Cunningham, currently representing the first HBCU as the 53rd Miss Cheney University of Pennsylvania.
And I'm Deuce Tucker, a proud Florida A&M University alum, here to bring you the real, the raw, and the reasons why HBCU life is unlike anything else. Now, from yard talk to alumni achievements, we've got the stories that move the culture forward.
Of course. And before we dive deep tonight into tonight's lineup, I want to shout out my illustrious HBCU, the first HBCU, Cheney University of Pennsylvania. Shout out your HBCUs in the comments. And of course, y'all know I'm coming through.
But she got a green shirt every week. That's okay. I'm gonna stop playing. Give me an orange shirt and just suit. Okay, got you, fam. You forever. Tonight's first story comes straight out of Massachusetts, where several HBCUs were in Martha's Vineyard for the African American Film Festival and HBCU Legacy Week kicked off.
Yes, the annual HBCU Legacy Week kicked off from July 27th to August 2nd, which features several events. One main event included the inaugural State of the HBCU Union address, which featured Norfolk State University President Dr. Dwayne Adams Gatson.
This discussion was moderated by media personality April Woodward and also featured the president of Montclair State University, Jonathan Capel. The discussion talked about the importance of alumni giving, HBCU collaboration, and how voting impacts public HBCUs. Now let's take a look at this clip.
That we make in HBCUs. We talk about Beyonce, who invested in Norfolk State University. We talk about Jay-Z, who invested in Norfolk State University. And one of the things that Jay-Z's, the Carter Foundation did is said, students don't know how to create financial wealth, not just financial health, but financial wealth. And so they have a whole program where our faculty went up to the University of Pennsylvania and learned their process, because they've been doing this in Philadelphia for a long time. And so those kind of things matter, because we've not taught our students how to have wealth. We've taught them to work a job and to get an education so they can have the best job possible. But there are other things that they need to know. And so these things are important, but they take investment. And so one of the things that we have to do better as HBCUs is we have to believe that we're worth investing in and then go out and make that happen. When my
Wow. That clip was amazing.
She said we have been taught to work a good job and receive a quality education by not understanding the importance of wealth. Yeah, like.
Definitely clocked it. And that's not all. 2 HBCUs were able to actually screen films at the festival this year. North Carolina A&T State University showcased their film, Our Blue Makes Us Gold, which is a documentary showcasing the story of Aggieland.
Now, this film was directed by Brandon Gerard with Ashley Shante. This film features appearances by the Reverend Al Sharpton, actor David Banner, NBA star Chris Paul, and former First Lady Michelle Obama, and memorable stories from numerous alumni. The film is available now on Prime Video. Now let's take a look at this trailer.
I'm so excited for this film.
Yeah, me too.
I love a good HBCU film.
Especially with all of the great actors and politicians within it.
Choice. Of course, we can make our own personal choices, but that's all I think we should think about.
Can I get it at Detroit?
this film looks very informative, and we're seeing history in the making. Now, just like Norfolk State's latest film that was also featured, Rise of the Legend, which dives deep into the history of the Spartan Legend marching band as they celebrate 50 years this fall.
Now, this film was a joint effort between Carissa Films, Favor Multimedia, and Norfolk State University. This film also features notable NSU alumni and celebrities such as Shirley Ralph and Kirk Franklin.
Let's take a look at the film sizzle.
The showmanship,
Drive, excitement,
perfection.
behold the green and gold.
There's no better band than the Spartan Legion.
We do this in a special way.
It's going to be a show.
HBCU band brings that extra spice.
This is the heartbeat of HBCU.
Expect the unexpected. If you're not accepting of it, that in itself is your death sentence.
Rise of the Legion.
Rise of the Legion. The Rise of the Legion, the Spartan Legion. Hey, they can get down. I don't know about the best band, but like Spartan Legion, they definitely one of them ones. You know? But now, I think I'm going to have to watch the documentary. But HBCUs are really taking over the media industry. Is there a movie heaven that you feel specifically that every HBCU student should watch before coming to school?
I feel like HBCU media is very important. While I can't think of a film, I would definitely say a series to watch is A Different World.
Well, I can think of a film right off the head, Stomp the Yard. Boom, there it is.
Have to be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, drop your HBCU movies in the comments because I obviously need to be schooled, but we can go ahead and move on. In campus royalty news, congratulations are in order to St. Augustine University alum Nyla Archer, who recently became the new Miss Black USA.
Yes, and this competition featuring many beautiful Black queens. Nyla was crowned and captivated in the audience with her performance, The Wizard and I, from the musical Wicked. Let's take a listen.
One day he'll say to me, Alpha, a girl who is so superior, shouldn't a girl who's so good inside have a matching exterior? And since folks here to an absurd degree seem fixated on your ebony, would it be alright by you if I de-black, if I you? And of course that's not important to me. Alright, why not? I'll reply, oh, what a pair will be, the wizard and I. And though I never show it, I'd be so happy I could.
Wow. That was a beautiful performance.
I love that.
Yes. And speaking of HBCU queens, in the Miss Black USA pageant, the second runner-up is not only a former HBCU queen, but recently launched a business that focuses on coaching future pageant queens.
No, absolutely. I definitely heard that. Now, the beautiful Miss Sierra Leone Sanders, former Miss Norfolk State University and Miss Black Virginia, came in as the second runner-up in the Miss Black USA pageant and launching Halls of Crowns pageant and dance consulting company.
Yes. In an Instagram statement, she said, quote, with over 10 years of experience as a ballet instructor and choreographer and a proven track record in interview prep, platform development, branding, and stage presence, I help kings and queens and candidates step into their spotlight with confidence and strategy. Whether it's perfecting your walk, polishing your platform, or building a winning campaign from the ground up, I'm here to make sure that you shine before, during, and after the crown.
Now, what a way to give back.
Amen. Congratulations to both of those queens.
Come on now. But now we talked about the Miss Black USA singing in her pageant. But I saw this clip online of another queen singing who blew the crowd away.
Yes, you're talking about my SQ, my sister queen at Tennessee State University, who recently opened up a basketball game with the national anthem celebrating HBCU night. Let's take a listen.
Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and the breeze? And the
No, not they. Oh, I was listening to it. I wanted to see what she was gonna do with the Braves. I knew she was gonna tear the house down, man. Man, the queens are killing it with their musical excellence and musicality, man.
Yes, I love all of my talented sister queens. Ugh, love down to the ground. SQ. And speaking of singing, Grammy award-winning gospel singer Jonathan McReynolds was recently announced as a new professor at Virginia Union University.
A word. Wow, that is dope. I know a few of his songs. People, come on. Now, the official post was from VA Union 1865 that states, and I quote, "The singer, songwriter, and soul lifter behind hits like Make Room and Grace is now officially Professor McReynolds at the one and only VUU, equipping the next wave of kingdom creatives and leaders right here on our campus."
Right, and although it hasn't been said what class is going to be taught by Professor Reynolds, okay, there are rumors that the classes could range from music to seminary, as VUU is a Christian university. It was founded by the American Baptist Home Mission Society in 1865. VUU is rooted in Christian values and aims to provide a liberal arts education with a focus on leadership development.
And I love how celebrities are giving back in the classroom as professors and coaches and mentors on HBCU campuses. So, Heaven, I have a question for you. If you could have any celebrity as a professor, who would it be? And what would they teach?
I love this question. So, of course, my first thought goes to the first of first ladies, Michelle Obama, in Black Women's Studies. But I'm also thinking Shirley Ralph, because Jamaican sisters stand up in navigating the United States as a strong Caribbean Black female.
Amen.
What about you? What about you? What about you?
There's a couple people, man.
Celebrity, and what class would they teach?
Honestly, well, one of the people was, even if it was a few years ago, Jesse Jackson, because of his political activism in regards of the way he was able to refer to past decades and now. However, in regards of in media specifically, it would be the one and only, the king, Mr. Jamie Foxx. I feel as if he's so multifaceted when it comes to his talents that his teachings can be inevitable and can be helpful and contribution to a different way of life, from business to music to thespian to playwriting to script writing to just flat out journalism. I just feel as if he has a lot of talents that people can be able to learn from, that some people might know, some people don't.
Yes, look at you ready to go back to school.
I don't know about that one. But speaking of helping people out in regards to teachings and contributions. In the heart of giving back, Mr. Stephen A. Smith, a WSSU alum, recently gave back to students at the 50th NABJ, the National Association of Black Journalists Conference Convention in Cleveland, Ohio. Before we dive into this story, let's hear what he had to say about his HBCU experience.
A predominantly white institution, chances are the word predominantly white really rings true because you are a minority in that environment. To go to an HBCU and then to see yourself surrounded by people who look like you, who share your cultural background and identity, experiences that you've endured, challenges and trials and tribulations that you've had to go through, and they can relate because they've been through it themselves. It builds a family kind of atmosphere because you're not standing alone and you feel buffered, and all of a sudden being shy and timid about not knowing something and wanting to learn and scared to ask, scared to seek tutelage and counseling and assistance and all of that stuff, it goes right out the window because you're surrounded by a whole bunch of people, not only that look like you, but you're also surrounded by people who have a vested interest in your upliftment and your growth because they have to reach back to help propel you to another level because you're the future. And that's how they view you. That's what an HBCU did for me.
Wow.
Hey, wise words from Brother Smith. Rude out.
Beautiful. Yeah. Smith hosted a students-only Q&A session at this conference. I think that's important to note. Wow. NABJ stands for the National Association of Black Journalists. Held annually, this conference featured the largest career fair for Black media professionals, panels, workshops, and so much more.
Now, this year featured a session sponsored by BET that focused on Black men in media. In a statement, BET's quote says, "For decades, BET has been the pulse of our culture, a brand of opportunity, a platform for Black creators, and a launchpad for legends. From 106 in Part to groundbreaking digital shows, from elevating young talent to honorary industry giants. Our mission has never changed to tell our stories for us and by us. The media landscape may evolve, but BET will always be the source and the home of the culture."
Yes, this panel featured Jordan Cooper, Vic Mensa, and Brian McIntosh. And that's not all. This year was also an election season for NABJ, where Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated member Ronald Martin was elected as Vice President of Digital, and Norfolk State student Lauren Gilchrist was elected as the National Student Representative.
Oh, that's so loud. Shout out to Lauren and Roland Martin. He's very unique and one of a kind, Mr. Roland. Now, shout out to Lauren, who also is Miss 1935 at NSU. HBCUs did their big one at the convention, with several HBCU students participating in the annual multimedia student projects.
Yes. Shout out to Lauren one more time, our scriptwriter right now. Several students from Morgan State, NCAT, NSU, and Howard participated in the multimedia projects. Even our very own Shamai Cook.
All right, Doc. Okay. Shout out to Shamai and shout out to Howard University student Jackie J.D. Jean Jacquez, who was named NABJ Student Journalist of the Year. Howard University senior J.D. is the editor-in-chief of the Hilltop, a.k.a. Howard's newspaper.
Yes. We've got some images for y'all, but they were recognized at the Salute to Excellence Gala held at the end of the annual conference for the NABJ.
Now, before we go into tonight's interview portion, we have a fun fact and an impressive one at that. Now, last year, Spelman College student Kamora Freeland made history, becoming the youngest Black female licensed pilot in the country at the age of 17. And now she's a sophomore. She also recently had the opportunity to share her story at a Delta Airlines partner event. Let's take a look.
My name is Kamora Freeland, and I started flying before I could even drive. I'm an 18-year-old freshman honor student at Spelman College with a 4.0 GPA. And I am the youngest African-American female pilot in the nation.
There you go.
I am the future of flight. I am the next generation of pilots, leading with innovation and flying with purpose. Together, we will soar into a new era of aviation, one where our dreams will take flight and possibilities are limitless. Thank you for joining us today, and I'll see you in the skies.
Wow, that was live. Now the ladies are out here killing it, and that's what I love. Now, after such an inspiring night of stories, it's time to get to our interview portion.
Yes, let's welcome our host, Shamai Cook, as we transition into tonight's interview segment.
Thank you, Heaven. Hello, Bruce. How you doing this evening?
Good, brother. Good. How are you doing?
I'm well. Back from Cleveland, as you said, from the NBJ convention. And we are back to get back to work. Our first guest tonight is a celebrity fashion designer. It is the founder of the Morehouse Polo team, which is the first HBCU polo team in history. Please welcome Miguel Wilson to the show. Hello, Mr. Wilson. Welcome to Historically Black Sense News.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. First of all, we want to welcome you to the show and thank you for your contributions into being into founding the first polo team in HBCU history. What went behind that, and tell us the process of that over there at Morehouse, and how did students react to it?
Well, I'm a polo player, and I've been passionate about horses all my life. So the thing is, I created a foundation called Ride to the Olympics with the purpose of exposing our culture and our people to horses and polo in particular, because it's been so instrumental in my path, enabling me to do a lot of things outside of the norms. The Morehouse team came about because I do an event every year called the Atlanta Fashion Polo Classic, or the Atlanta Polo Party, and it's to raise funds for the foundation. And a woman approached me about her son playing polo, and he wanted to play in college, and there was no college teams, no black college teams that he could play on. So he was going to Morehouse, and he played polo. So I was able to build the team and create the team around him, and he was able to attract other kids. And those initial kids that started out with the team are all graduated and gone, but we've been able to maintain the team through other new memberships.
Now, what got you into polo, into horses? What got you into that, and then to ultimately starting your own foundation and inspiring other young minds into being in polo?
So I'm a native Washingtonian, DC that is, and I went to a camp as a kid, and it was instant love. I just loved horses. My great-grandmother, who sacrificed on $11,000 a year salary, paid for me to take riding lessons. That door opened so many opportunities for me. And, so I just rode horses. I rode different disciplines, from jumping to racing and all kinds of things. But as an adult, I was always curious about polo. It seemed like that was like, even for people that ride horses and things, polo seems to be just that thing out of reach, and particularly for, you don't know, I didn't know of anybody. I knew a lot of black people rode horses. I didn't know anyone that played polo. So I was just very curious about it and made the steps and efforts to take lessons and learn, and stuck with it. So, it's just like I said, a lot of opportunities have come. Just 2 weeks ago, I was in London playing, which was an amazing experience. And, I'm having an event coming up next month, September the 21st in Atlanta. Yeah. And we will have the Morehouse team play there, but we also have a team coming in from the UK playing. So it's just, it creates opportunities, and I just stuck with it. But I felt that I had a burden to share this opportunity with other kids, and that's why I created the foundation. I wanted the legacy of my great-grandmother to go on and help others to do the same things it did for me.
Now, I know the party in the that you speak of, which is the Atlanta Polo Party and Soul Symphony Weekend. People can get their tickets at atlantapoloparty.com. But talk about more about the event and what's the fundamentals and the importance of this event.
Yes, it's there's a lot of elements to this event. One, I wanted to create a luxury event that celebrated Black culture. So that was very important to me. I think that too often, as a fashion designer, we as black people are so fine with spending $5 t-shirt money with each other. But when it came to luxury items and it comes to high-end ticket items, luxury items, we typically go to other people and spend money to them with the $300, $400 t-shirts, I would say. So I wanted to do an event. And I don't like the word black excellence because either something's excellent or not. Black people don't have a certain definition for excellence. Excellent is excellent for all people, and that's what I do. Excellence for this luxury events we do. It highlights and celebrates a lot of black businesses. So we have a black spirit tasting bar, which enables people to try and sample black-owned spirits. We have black designers. We have black artists. We have black polo players. So you're able to see us, people that look like us, doing extraordinary things that you may not be used to seeing. So we celebrate our food. I think for so long, I've always thought, soul food wasn't good enough and to be considered luxury. But this year, hey, I told my chefs, I want gourmet soul food because soul food is about as good as any food you can find on earth. So it's about changing the narrative about how we see each other, how we do business with each other.
Yeah, once again, for people who want to support and go to the event, you could go to Polo, or you could go to AtlantaPoloParty.com.
No, I tell you where they should go. You can go to MiguelWilson.com, get tickets. On my Instagram page is Miguel Wilson Collection. In my bio is the ticket link. And you can go to FashionPoloClassic.com to get tickets. But Miguel Wilson Collection on Instagram is about as good as any way to do it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson. We appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless.
No problem.
Hey, let me give a shout out to my HBCU. Everybody give a shout outs.
Yes.
I graduated. I went to Bowie State for 4 years, got my Army commission there, and then I graduated.
Clark Atlanta.
I graduated from Clark Atlanta University. That's right.
Yeah.
So I'd like to give a shout out to those two illustrious universities that also played a huge part in my success in life. So shout out to my team, my schools.
Oh, well, major props to them. You're a Bulldog and a Panther.
There you go. You got it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson.
And a Kappa too.
Oh, yep. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
God bless. All right.
Our next guest is a sophomore from Hampton University, from Atlanta, Georgia, whose ancestral background rewarded her for about $40,000 in scholarships. Please welcome Kennedy McKeever to the show. I'm sorry. Hello, Kennedy. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, everyone.
First of all, we want to thank you for your time coming here on Historically Black Sense News. Can you talk about your health science student over at the alleged HU, as they say?
Oh, whoa! It's definitely real HU over here.
Okay. Well, the HU, in your opinion, let's go with that. Why did you choose Hampton? And what has your experiences like there since you've been there?
So I chose Hampton. Hampton has always been like in my top 5 when I was looking senior year. My mom is also a big Hampton alum. So of course I just had all like the information access for me because she's right here. I can just ask my mom. And I went to tour and I fell in love with the campus. I personally, which I don't even know if this is personal, I feel like everyone knows we have the best campus. Like, come on. We're literally on the water. Like, it's the best campus. I literally fell in love with the campus. No, everyone agrees. I'm pretty sure everyone agrees Hampton has the best campus. Like, it's beautiful. It's like amazing, the scenery. So I fell in love with that and I just never looked back from there.
So you did some research about your family background. So like I said, you're from Atlanta, Georgia, the big ATL, but you trace your family background from Fort Citrus County, Forsyth County, Georgia, by discovering all the stuff that went on with the Ku Klux Klan over there, and what happened in the early 1900s. with the racial cleaning, what made you want to start that process of researching your family history?
So it was actually started by my mom at a family reunion. There was a book. I actually have the book, which was this book right here, and it's called Blood at the Root by Patrick Phillips. And this book had a little bit of information about our family, like someone interviewed the families from the 1900s about moving. And so that was brought up at a family reunion that I actually missed. And my mom was filling me in and she started to research. And then I just kind of picked up her work. And eventually we actually took a trip to Forsyth County, and they had pretty much the land that would have been rightfully owned was pretty much built over, as far as like city-wise. So that's now something there. So then instead of like, trying to claim land, it was at that point all you could claim was reparations. But even with that, when we went to the courthouse, there were pages ripped out and there was no actual, like, you can't get hands on legal documentation of proof. And so that's how I ended up, just keep digging deeper and deeper there. Yeah.
Oh, now, what did you learn from that book about your family?
Well, it talks about a couple of families that were run off and what it was like before and after, and how the terror that they felt when they were being run off, because a lot of the families out there that were black families had never owned anything before, so this was their first um land or whatever they had owned, and just like that it was taken immediately. So it was like very short-lived, and what it was like to see that glimpse of almost hope and freedom as black people to own something, because we all know like owning anything was almost impossible.
Yeah.
So to have that taken immediately was just talking about like how that felt.
Yeah, you wrote an essay about your family's history, which you share with local officials over there in that county, and you were awarded a $40,000 scholarship. As a descendant of that county, being the first and only HBCU student to receive this recognition. What did that feel for you, and what did that feel for your family? How did your family feel after finding out that you got this major scholarship, which is going to go towards your education? How did that feel for you and your family?
Well, it honestly seems like so like crazy to think like you would just think like there would have been another like HBCU student, or just to be the first for anything. I feel like it's so like wow, and it just shows you how like we've come far but not that far, like we still have a lot. It shows you like how much work we actually like still have to do, because like to be the first for something is really insane. And the Forsyth Descendant Scholarship does, like, they are a continuous program. So me being the first, being able to now pass that on to, my cousins or anybody that's in my family that can also now easily trace their lineage back and get the scholarship. I was the first of my lineage to reach out. Usually the scholarship said they have the same 4 or 5 families that do it, because they're the only ones that have the lineage trackers and all that other stuff done. So to be like the first lineage of something and being able to pass that to my community, it's really big. Like it's great for me to get the scholarship, but now like to pass that to my close family members is really, really important.
What's one thing you would tell somebody who is trying to, go into researching about their history, about their family tree? What are some tips you would give to people while doing this research that you found that was very helpful for you?
Um, talk to your grandparents, y'all. Talk to your grandparents, like listen to the stories, pick up a book. Like a lot of this stuff is online is really helpful because it's right in our hands. It's easy access. But we have a lot of information in books that we are missing out on. Like pick up a book and read, because you never know what you're gonna find. Even if it's not about you, it's best to stay informed, because a lot of the things we all know how social media goes, things get misconstrued, things get rewritten. The books that were written, they can't be altered. These are from the 1900s or from that era. So I would say try to get into, like the actual paperback readings, and, talk to your grandparents, talk to your parents, to the family members that you may not even be close with. Reach out, like take away that uncomfortable boundary. Don't be afraid to ask questions about, people or where you came from.
Thank you so much, Kennedy McKeever, everybody on Historically Black Sense. Thank you so much. Deuce
Thank
Heaven.
you for having me so much.
No problem.
Of course.
Deuce in Heaven. Back to you.
Hi, Shemai.
Hey. Oh, it's just me and you haven't.
Okay, well, I absolutely loved her story.
Me too.
I feel like, especially as a first generation American coming from Jamaica, I feel like I love the portion where she mentioned have those uncomfortable conversations, because oftentimes there are things that are hidden in the past that family members, they want to keep things, very present, but you can't know yourself fully, I feel like, until you know what happened before you.
Exactly. You gotta know who's related to you, because that not knowing who you're related to could end up in some bad situations.
Right. LOL. And then I see you was being a fashion killer tonight yourself.
Oh, really?
Yes, we love the matching tie and handkerchief combo. You had to get spiffy for our celebrity fashion guest tonight.
Well, I do a little something. I try to keep up with you, and then with Deuce too. Deuce does try to keep. He has some little bit fashion sense. If we could get him up a little bit, but
we might make it on Style Talk. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. With Eddie Niel, that's right. Eddie does. I gotta keep up with you guys.
Yes. Well, as we wait for Deuce, tonight has truly been a great show. We talked about the arts and how HBCUs are dominating media in every force. And before we wrap up tonight, let's talk about Welcome Week and freshman dinners.
Yeah, well, tonight, yeah, freshman jitters. I will say, something I don't regret.
LOL. Yeah, tonight's reflection gets into the freshman experience. And since most HBCUs are hosting their annual Welcome Week for freshmen, so tonight's question, are you ready, Shimon?
Yes.
I don't know if you're really ready for this question.
All right, Heaven. Tonight's question
is, what Welcome Week event made you feel like you were officially a part of the school? And then second, which event do you wish that you had participated in, but you skipped as a freshman?
So I'm currently at Fayetteville State University right now. Go Broncos. But that's my first 2 years. I was at North Carolina Central University. So my freshman orientation there was a lot of stuff to do. So and mind you, I was moving from Connecticut. So it was like a new environment, like just Southern hospitality. Welcome back, Deuce. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
But one thing that I really enjoyed at freshman orientation was we had Welcome Mania, Eagle Mania, that's what they call it at NCCU. Where you saw the band play, you saw the Greek stroll and all the the step show and all that stuff. But I'm gonna say when I'm at now, they had a welcome week for like new students and freshmen. And when I'm at now, Fayetteville State, we have food trucks, right? We have food trucks. It was a barbecue one. It was a soul food one. All free. You just gotta get a ticket. You gotta stay in line. Listen, college students, we gotta stay. We'll stay in line for hours for some free food, right? But before that, we had like a headphone party, which was really dope. I really enjoyed that. You got to interact with different channels. It was like blue, red, green. It was different 3 DJs, different channels. You get to switch. It was really cool. I really loved it. That's really and it was a really cool atmosphere. And then got some food and went off to your room.
Okay, now, well, let's all do the first question first. So, Deuce, I'm gonna ask you all the way. Think way back, right?
Like to the 1900s with Harriet Tubman.
Think what Welcome Week event made you feel like you were officially a part of FAMU? What made you feel like a real rattler?
You know what I hate is because this actually was like a good minute ago. You know,
Exactly.
well, honestly, I'm a person who likes to be around great energy. So all of our events had a lot of people, and one of our events, I forgot the name of it. However, everybody gathered at the Rattlers Den. And when I say like all of like the organizations came, because like we're freshmen, so we don't know what's going on, or if we do, we hear from our siblings or like our parents. Because my brother, he is an alum of Tuskegee University. And he was telling me about, you know, how these individuals are cool, and he's a noob as well. So he's always telling me about how they are always, you know, doing their thing or whatever. But let it go show. I liked how everybody was able to come together, and we have a lot of special dances, quote unquote, in Florida. It's like left hand, right hand, both hands, take it down. It's like something that y'all don't really know about, in the Upper East, Northeast, and I liked how we have our famous DJ Loose Kid, shout out to him, to kind of come and incorporate a couple of his tunes and allow people just to have that type of camaraderie amongst each other and kind of get those nervous jitters out. And my freshman year, I believe it was freshman week, I'm not sure. NBA YoungBoy pulled up.
Oh, well, that's what happens when you guys got money.
Hey, no, but like he just pulled up. I think he was in town. I think he had like a court date or something. But he came and he just literally just talked to us.
You had a criminal on campus. You just admitted that you had a criminal on campus.
I said a court case. It could have been a parking ticket. Yeah, that's what you thought. But he came. He told the DJ to stop playing music, and we all just sung his song. I forgot I think it was Coming Outside Today, something like that. And I'm like, yo,
yeah, that was around your time, so yeah, you probably was right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Don't act like YoungBoy still not popping right now. Like, come on now, bro. You gotta chill. Okay. But I just love the camaraderie, everything, and just the gathering amongst each other and having a good time.
Oh, that's one welcome week event that made me feel like I was officially a part of the Wolf Pack at, the first HBCU.
We did it.
We actually traveled to Washington, D.C., and we went to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C., and I feel like that was just it was just very blackety black, as in the best way possible. Like, I feel like I've never gone on a historically black trip. Like, I've never been taken by my school to somewhere that was for me, by me, especially now being the president of the National Council of Negro Women, and knowing that my founder, Ms. Mary Bethune, had parts in, that museum. So it's just like very full circle. And that's when I was like, okay, like, this HBCU experience might be a little special. I don't know.
Exactly.
Now, the second question I have for you guys is, what is an event that you skipped during freshman week?
Woo!
That you didn't? Personally, I can say that I went to everything. I'm an out-of-state student. I had nowhere else to go. I was making my way to all of those events. But what about y'all?
I believe I skipped. Oh no. Go ahead, Deuce. Let me think about it.
I believe so. Believe it or not, I was a freshman where I had the 360 waves, I had the tank tops on, the shorts and the chains, and I would just come and have a good time. We in Tallahassee. I didn't heard about FAMU at the time. Our mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms, was a FAMU alum. So I'm thinking like, oh, FAMU is going on. So I'm coming out, got a little gold in my mouth, everything, and just here to have a ball, here to have a blast. But the one thing I wish that I would have went to, and I had to eventually learn because people, they started coming to me like, yo, I can see greatness and you kind of got to, chill out a little bit, was how to adjust to college from a high school perspective. It's basically like a panel discussion. I might go to a panel discussion, I'm trying to go to a party, you know what I'm saying, where all the, you know what I'm saying, well, all the, just the beautiful people that go to FAMU at. And when I say I had a homeboy, shout out to, he's actually my line brother now, shout out to Marcus Thomas. He kind of told me a couple of the ideas that were actually contributed to us when it comes to us being freshmen. it regards of like how to dress, how to be able to present yourself to your professors, how to be able to balance fun and party, but realize your purpose of being at the College of Love and Charity. So that made me realize like, whoa, like I knew I'm here for school, but that was a wake up call. Like, yo, you're here for school, not just having a good time. And in order for you to, and I'm an out of state student, I'm from the East Side of Atlanta. So I said, bro, I'm not gonna be able to be here for the 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years if I'm not focused. So right after that, I just honestly I locked in. Even though it was my freshman year, I just wanted to make sure I made myself proud and my family proud. So even though I still had my ATL ways, I was locked in with them books and made sure them grades stayed right. So never made a C in college. So
Good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you went to grad school, so that at least that it worked out.
Shout out to FAMU. I was able to receive a full ride.
Oh, good. Oh, you are smart. Good for you.
Magna cum laude. Come on now.
Educated black man.
Don't let it fool you, dog.
Hello.
Hello.
If you didn't have an answer for that question, Shema, you might have an answer for this next question.
Okay. Well, I did have an answer.
Oh, you have an
One thing I did skip that I wish I didn't. There was a cookout with the chancellor. Yeah, there was a cookout, or they had like a chancellor's thing my freshman year. Didn't go. There was free food. You had to meet the chancellor, but I met him along the way. But it was that's one thing I do miss. Wish I did. But yeah, it was a little like get together with the chancellor before school started.
I think it's so important that you guys highlighted like the more, and it's nothing wrong. You know, you're coming straight from high school, but the more educational events are the ones that usually tend to get skipped. And as a freshman orientation leader myself, I am really pushing for my students to come to every single panel, come to, we're having like a little staff mixer. We're trying to do it as Gen Z as possible for them to get to know the faculty, but this is where your networking starts. So if you are an incoming freshman, or even if you already are in university and you haven't broken that barrier yet, really reach out, because these are your recommendation letters. These are you're about to be alum with them, basically. So, really lock in on that.
Absolutely.
Now, how did Welcome Week help you both discover organizations or activities that you later joined? And what advice would you give an introverted freshman who may feel out of place during their first week?
Welcome Week showed me that there's more things than education in college. College, I think people forget their why when we get to college. Why are you here? Yeah, your why should be getting your degree, but also it's not all about academics. That's what I learned freshman week. That join other things to help you elevate who you are as a scholar. So if you are a criminal justice student, you need to go to the criminal justice club, or join that that club. If you're a journalist, if you're a black student, NABJ, join that chapter there. Join things that help you shape you into a well-rounded scholar. And also join clubs that will put you outside your box, put you out of your comfort zone. Some people do Royal Court and run for SGA president and all that stuff to get outside their comfort zone. So do certain things like that get you out your comfort zone and won't put you in your shell. And try to stay busy in college, because the more you stay busy, the less trouble you get in. That's another thing too.
I like that. Honestly, I tell people just to go for it. Like I was a dude that was involved, but I was a dude that sometimes usually wanted to have a little more fun than just being involved. But I realized we're at FAMU and you can do all of that, and have a great balance of doing it. And I feel as if sometimes that's why it's important to have a mentor. In regards to orientation. I had a couple of people that I like how they moved. I like how they was able to present themselves and how they was able to discuss the ins and outs and the essence of what a FAMU Rattler is. Not necessarily just the fun, but the elegance and the sophistication of who they are and how they present themselves to the world and who we are as people. And I held on to that. When I had questions, I reached out to them before I did anything. And then even if I didn't, reach out to them. If they see me moving a different way in regards of they feel as if it wasn't the best, I will listen to them. I'll obtain the information. Now, I didn't listen all the time, but I would definitely take away key points every time they talk to me, because for someone to take time to call you and be like, yo, this is why this is not necessarily the best route, or this is why this is a little bit whack. I'm taking that in and realizing like, yo, they've been here before. They actually are here doing things that I want to do, or doing things that I have some type of interest in. So let me just listen and go for my achievements, go for my goals. And then we have social media. You seeing when you go to some type of like a probate or an event or some sort of information, you see so many people there giving their intakes, their input. And because we're in college, it's not just about like jitters anymore, man. The next person by you might not even make it to the next semester. So you're going to these events, hearing the things on how you can't be, or you shouldn't want to be the person that they had to endure the earlier semester, the previous semester. So just going after what you want, going after what you're scared of, and being able to embrace it, because the beauty of life is always on the opposite side of fear.
Amen. I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying there's always someone watching you. So remember of your surroundings and how you carry yourself, because your reputation is very important moving forward. Your reputation starts now. When you're going to your freshman year, how you carry yourself is the way people are going to remember you the next 4 years. Point blank simple. Go ahead.
We definitely will wrap, but I just want to give a small input as well. I would say that I went to the organization fair, but before that, like Deuce mentioned, mentorship was definitely what inspired me to join my organizations, because almost all of my mentors were seniors, and that's where you're looking forward to. You're looking forward to graduating, and they were graduating seniors, and I partied with them, but then I also saw them on their way to class, and then I eventually saw them cross that stage, and that's where my sense of like, okay, there is balance here, and you can be all the things that you want to be. You can be, it doesn't matter which organization they were in. I watched some of them join organizations even like in their last semesters. So I feel like mentorship is very important, but also being intentional about the things that you want to do. Like, it doesn't matter if you start freshman year, it doesn't matter if you start senior year. It's about what you're intentionally doing, building yourself up for the type of man, the type of woman, the type of person that you want to be. So I feel like whatever organization, whatever activity, whatever friend group, whatever major you align yourself with, make sure that you are doing it simply and solely for you in the goodness of God. Amen.
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 That was a beautiful discussion with you guys, and that concludes tonight's show. Let's not forget our production and staff for putting together this amazing lineup. I am Heaven Cunningham.
I'm Shamai Cook.
And I'm Deuce Tucker. And this is Historically Black Sense News, and we will see you next week. Take care.
Good night.